All right, I'm going to bring you in the wonderful Bev McArthur now. She's a Victorian State Country MP, and as the cases climb in Melbourne, much of regional Victoria at the moment is untouched, but the real worry is that the virus will move out to them. She wants to be pushing the Victorian government to introduce direct trains from regional Victoria to the city of Melbourne so that it doesn't stop all the way along and put people in harm's way, because a lot of these cases, as we can see in the hotspots, is in the ring suburbs around Melbourne. At the very least, she says, we need a solution about carriages. Bev McArthur, Liberal MP, joins me now. It sounds like eminent good sense, common sense, Bev, but common sense hasn't been around much in Victoria. Have you had a good hearing?
Well, we've written to the Minister, Peter, but like most of the letters we write to ministers, they don't get responded to very quickly. But we're hoping that with your show and others climbing on board, that somebody might listen and do something, because you're quite right. In my area of Western Victoria region, we've got about 23 cases across 23 municipalities. Whereas if the train goes through Wyndham, for example, there are 341 cases, 274 in Brimbank, 94 in Maribyrnong, and 247 in the CBD. So clearly the hotspots are where the train passes through and picks up other passengers. So I don't think it's much to ask to either have express trains or have dedicated carriages. I mean, this is not forever, we hope. It's only for while this virus seems to be out of control, thanks to some sloppy activity in hotel quarantine and various other places. But I want to keep as much of Victoria unlocked, Peter, as possible. And we're currently, by and large, unlocked in rural and regional Victoria. I want to keep it that way because we need as many people working, and we need as many businesses operating as possible. If we lock down the whole of Victoria because we have imported cases in rural and regional Victoria, that's not going to be good for the people of Melbourne either.
And of course, the issue is, I mean, some people say, well, do they need to travel? They could stay at home. But a lot of people in country Victoria come to Melbourne for medical appointments, hospital treatment, etc. And we know that in general terms, there's a lot of older people, more vulnerable people living in regional Victoria. What's been the reaction of your constituents on this request?
Well, look, I got particularly interested in this when a constituent contacted me from Ballarat. She'd got on the train in Ballarat, but the V-Line in their wisdom were doing something to the lines or whatever, and they offloaded everybody at Sunshine. And she had to get on a bus. Well, she thought they might only have 25 on a 45-seater bus. Not so. They jammed it full. And same on the way back. And when she complained to V-Line, they said, well, it would only build up a backload somewhere else.
That's so much for social distancing. Bev McArthur, got to leave it there. Let me know how you go. I will follow this up as well. Thank you very much for coming on the show tonight.
Thanks, Peter.